Good morning, beekeepers. It's March the 22nd. It's about 60 degrees out here on this bright, beautiful Saturday morning. We're going to go out and look for swarm cells, see if we're ready to do some demarree splits. If not, I'm going to put some honey supers on because they're putting away nectar. Everything is in bloom, so we should be in the beginnings of our spring flow. So let's go see what happens. All right, here we are on the east. We're on the east side. We're about to go into a very active hive. A little smoke in the entrance. And remember last week we put in our formic acid. It's we've had one day about 32 degrees overnight, and the rest of it has been in the 60s. Today we're gonna be back up in the 70s. Flip that over. Our hive live has just a bare little strip, and they're building wax underneath it, which is a good sign. Let's go ahead and wait. I want to go ahead and get all that out of the bag. This is what's left of the little pollen patty that I put in there. It's pretty much gone. Oops. All right. My frame stand up here. Or not. Got some old honey. Got some queen cups on the bottom, and in the middle we're full of pollen. All right. That was the second frame in. It is heavy with honey. A lot of this is brand new honey that they've kept. Same on that side. Right, the bottom of the frame is empty, but they're bringing in honey and capping it. This is the outside frame. Put it back. Right. Frame of brand new honey. Both sides. Yeah. Got to put on some honey frames. There's no doubt about it. I mean, some honey supers. Yeah, they've got that one mostly drawn out. Capped some in the middle. This looks like a solid honey frame again. And not solid, but it's all new honey. Yep, bee bread and honey and new nectar. And I'm not feeding them at all because they're bringing in nectar. All right, we've got brood. All right. Lots of nice fresh brood. Surrounded by honey. Lots of larvae that are probably going to be capped in the next day or two. Yeah, same on the other side. They're filling in capping larvae. Looking real good. And they're getting a little busy, so let's give them some more smoke. Starting to fly around my head a little bit here. That's okay. All right. Lots of nice, fresh capped brood. Trying to see what they're doing there in the middle. No, they just built some. Yeah, that may have been a queen cell. Don't see any others. Bunch of newly capped cells on that side. And the beetle got away from me. They're flying straight at me out of this box. But they're not real bad, so. Little brood down there. Remember, this is the top box. And this side has got a lot of larvae in it. Lots of honey. All right, so what I'm gonna do, go ahead and put this side top back together and go into the bottom box. And right now, I'm going to put so I can put honey on top and put it on peaks. Because once we're going to bottom, we're ready to do it away. I'm going to put it on 2 boxes and just like stretch it on the third because I need to squeeze. What is talking about? So I got to keep moving. Now it's going to go and I'm just stretch it. All right. That's all right. That's life for a bee. They've been chewing up this Formant Pro. They don't want it in there, but got to get rid of those mites. And so we clear them. You better everything be. All right. One empty frame up against the wall. You crawling off of it. They go straight for my hand. Sometimes things are just turned off the frame. Get a light. All right, second frame. No beads. No eggs. That's make it interesting. Got a beautiful forming down here. So probably there are beads in here on the bottom side of the hatch. These 3 frames. Yeah, pretty good. Nothing else. Turn the bead right back in. Another frame. Set some bead rating it. All right, that's 5 frames we're going to do. Some drone cells here. Okay, we got a lot of bee bread on that one. Lots of it. And the next frame over is what we're looking for. That's where all the brood is, right there. Got lots of larvae, lots of capped brood. Got nice got a bunch of drone brood capped on that side. Lots of larvae. Turning back around. Oh, so I forgot to look for drone cells. No, there's no queen cells. All right. That's almost all bee bread. We've got nothing on the other side. So there's no queen cells. They got all these frames built out. This hive is still not as strong as it should be. Now that one's full of nectar. Actually, it's full of bee bread on that side. Same on the other side. That's my outside frame. So they've got the materials. They've got honey in the top. They've got bee bread in the bottom. This queen needs replaced because she's not very strong. But as long as they continue to build, I can make a queen out of one of my two big hives on the other side. So this hive's okay. Just got a weak queen because she should be laying a lot more than she has. There's just too many empty frames considering she's got all the resources she needs. We got drones. The weather hasn't been very conducive for drone flights lately, but so go ahead and put a honey super on top so they can put honey not in the brood frames. They got a store now. Even if we have another freezer, because the box is no good. I gotta put the phone back underneath this box. In the line sometimes, okay. Okay, be right back. Alright, what I've done is I got a checkerboarded box, half new heavy waxed frames and half frames from last year's honey harvest. And my goal there is to get them to build out some more frames. And it's just, the more you have, the better off you are, just in case you get a real heavy flow. All right, put that together. And I do have a beetle trap in the bottom, just like they said in the instructions, and the one on the top, which was not by the instructions, but I did it anyway, because I see a lot of beetles in the top. They're running from the bees. All right. There we are. East side is done. We can head west to my very populated beehives. Okay. Propolis. They have propolized this box. All right. Ain't that a pretty sight? I mean, they're not flying up. They're saying, oh, come on, I don't want to move. They built comb all around the hive alive fondant pack. Yeah, there's nothing. Completely gone. If I remember right, I put this new fondant pack on there last week. Back in we go. Outside frame. Not much of anything going on there. It's kind of heavy. I know you can't see it, but it's glistening. Both sides. I got one bee that's buzzing me. All right. And they're building this side out. We're fixing to be in the brood because they're solid packed in there with bees. All right, building out wax. And they're building out wax. They're building out wax between the frames. But that's all there is on that one. And the next frame is a lot of brood on both sides. And we have a lot of drone brood that's now unkept. Got honey around the outside, bee bread around the outside, and then it's solid larvae. So they are going to town. Queen's laying like crazy. And again, this is top box. I'm pretty sure I rotated all of my boxes so the brood was on the bottom. But look at that. Almost an entire sheet of brood. I mean, that is a beautiful pattern. And the empty cells have larvae in them. We have queen cups. They're all empty. A sheet of brood and a sheet of brood. That's 4 full sheets pretty much. Oops. Getting back down in there. Wind picked up a minute. Don't want to chill them. Just want to look at them. All right, there's a heavy frame. All right. This side's all larvae. This side's mostly capped and larvae. Oh, this side's all nectar. The other side is larvae in the middle and nectar all the way around it. So the last frame is most likely all nectar. No, there's a lot of nectar in it. It looks like they're building out the frames so they can have a place to put more. All right, so we've got a lot of brood in the top. And some more angry bees buzzing my face. No queen cells, just a few cups. Cups are normal. That one is really mad. All right, that's good. There are no queen cells. So they're not prepared in the top box. They're not ready to swarm. So we'll probably end up just putting a honey super on there. This one is the one I plan on using a demo-ray on. But I want to wait until they're ready to swarm. Otherwise, it doesn't do anything. So we'll just give them a place to put some more honey. Yeah. Now we've got a lot of bees. I'll take the formic, lay it on the top. What that is, but okay. wax that they bridged the two together with. Come on. There it is. Got a leaf. All right. It's just where they've stripped some of the wax before they had temperatures where they could go out and get materials to make their own. Feels like a lot of honey in that one. Yep. Some honey. Yep. This is where they've been eating the formic, trying to get it out of the hive. The bees. Lots of honey. Honey. Okay. Well, we're good on this. I'm not going to go any further because there's a lot of bees. We've already seen that there's about 5 frames of neck of bees. There's about 5 frames of capped cells in the top box. There's honey in the bottom box. Bee bread in both boxes. So, Formic Pro didn't bother these girls. This is the part that's I don't like because they always kill bees. Oops. Form it back in the bottom. How you like that for bee storms? All right. Just like on the other side. Checkerboarded some new and some wet frames from last honey season. I already got bees in the top because they said these were wet supers. All right, I'm gonna just go for the lid from here because I don't plan to feed them. There's not much point right now. Get my top cover down, and they're set. Okay, last box. You can see there's lots of them still eating up the sugar brick, which is kind of amazing. It's late. But I mean, you can see how nice and brown these rolls are. Look at that. They're going. Love to see that. Right? White wax. They've got that one. All these combs built outside but touching each other. Makes it a little difficult sometimes to get them separated. Hey, nectar, some honey. This side they're putting away nectar. That looks to be like it's possibly new. Yeah, they're building out frames. Lots of nectar on this side. Probably can't see it, but all right. Solid frame of brood. Some humongous drones in there. The other side is almost a complete sheet of brood, capped brood. Bunch of drone cells in the middle, surrounded by nectar and wax. Yep, goes in there that way. I love how calm these girls are. Just incredible. All right, bunch of brand new capped brood. Larva, almost the entire frame. Same on the other side. Nice new capped brood. And again, my brood's in the top box over here. Was an entire frame of brood. Looks like it's hatched out throughout the center. And larva on the top side there. Surrounded by bee bread. Yeah, larva on both sides. Honey around the edge. Bee bread. Capped brood. And the empty cells are full of larvae. Just like we like it. Okay, the center is full of larvae. It's a heavy frame, nectar and honey. Capped brood, lots of nectar, and little larvae in the middle. So we're doing good. All right, heavy frame, nectar, brood in the middle, nectar, lots of brood in the middle. All right, just gonna go ahead and do the top box. Yeah, I got two I made mad. All right, that one's entirely nectar and bee bread on both sides. Next frame is the same. The outside frame looks like they're building wax on it. What I'm going to do is just move this empty frame in one. Come on. Move these girls back across. Give them a little outside. Convince these girls inside. In the box. Here's the top and down. Bang on the outside. set this one off so I can quickly check the bottom one. This box is the only one that I put 2 Formic Pros on. But as you can see, it's not stopping my queen. There's my 2 pads of Formic. Now basically, I'm just going to tip it up, look for queen cells, and then I'm going to replace this base. So, no demarray today. But I'm still going to replace this base. So I can pick it up without all these bees. That'd be electric. That was good. Oh, flanger. All right, let's take it. Put another checkerboarded honey frame on the top, and I'm going to put my covers on them. Okay. Okay, so what we found is this side we've got large numbers of bees, large number of capped cells. The Formic doesn't seem to have slowed her down a bit. She's still laying as much as possible. They're bringing in a lot of nectar and backfilling the bottom 2 supers, so I put checkerboarded honey supers on the top because they're not quite ready for demarray or splits. We'll give them another week and check them again, and because there are a lot of drones, so we should be getting kind of close. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Was expecting to do some splits today, but the bees aren't quite ready. The next week is going to be all in the 70s. We're going to have some rain tomorrow, but they're good. Everything is blooming out quite well. We should be in the middle of or in the beginning of a nice little nectar flow. Don't know what to expect, but we'll see how it is. New honey supers on the top that are checkerboarded with some wet frames and some new frames, heavy waxed new frames. So we're going to see how it goes over the next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell all your friends about me, and I'll bring you some more videos. Don't forget to comment as well, because I'd like to see what your opinion is on my work, and if you have anything you'd like to see me do. It's spring and there's lots to do, so just let me know. Thanks for watching. See you next time.